$17. What? Yeah, you heard that right. Open it up so we can hear it again. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into another video. It's Precious here, and you're watching Divine Duo. Okay guys, so today is a really good one. I decided to compare my very first LPN paycheck to my very last home health aid paycheck. So if you're interested in seeing how that's looking, stay tuned. Okay guys, so let me just clarify a few things. I did not work as a CNA. I worked as a home health aide. But for my agency, CNAs, I think they make about $1 more than home health aides. So I kind of just said, let me just compare for CNAs and home health aides how much difference you be getting paid as a new LPN. I live in New York and I work as a nurse in New York. So areas like New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, we are some of the highest paying states for nurses. So that's something that you should keep in mind. You know, if you live any other places, I don't know what the pay rate for those areas are, but you know, try to keep that in mind as I'm throwing out these numbers to you. And also, I work in a assisted living facility, and I know that nursing homes and assisted living facilities pay nurses more compared to nurses that work in like hospitals or clinics. So and I think the reasoning for that is like, you know, if you decide to work in a nursing home, just know you're gonna have a lot of patients per shift. Like for me, I had 30 patients, just me, myself on the floor. So I think that's a big reason why you know, nurses that work in nursing homes get paid a lot more. So those are two things you want to keep in mind. I live in New York and I worked at, you know, a setting that was kind of like a nursing home. So without further ado, let's get into these paychecks, the money. I know that's what you came here for, so let me give it to you, okay? So I found my last home health aid paycheck, and that was given out on August the 1st. Now, August the 1st, when I think about what I was doing August 1st, I was still working as a home health aide, but I was doing like orientation for different jobs that I applied to, and I was also still applying for jobs. So I wasn't, although I had my license as an LPN, I wasn't working yet. I was still working as a home health aide. So this is my very last paycheck, and the total hours that I had worked for my very last paycheck was 63 hours. My gross earning, so this is before taxes was removed, my gross earning was $801. And then after taxes was removed, my net pay was $594. So that's how much money I had received. And, you know, it's compared to what I make now, you know, it's very humbling to see how much, you know, where I've come from to where I am now. It's amazing. So now let's look at these the heavy checks. Oh, sorry, almost dropped it. But let's see. Okay, so my very first paycheck as an LPN. You know what? This has to be, I think, my second paycheck actually, because the first paycheck I was still doing like orientation. I was only working like 1 day a week or so, so I wasn't really having that many hours. So, but I did find a paycheck that I worked 62 hours for. So I wanted to compare closely to the 63 hours that I worked as a home health aide to the 62 hours that I worked as an LPN. So before taxes were removed, my gross pay was $1,931. Almost $2,000. But then, you know, they came and took my good old taxes, and I only received $1,495. So still about $1,500, which is absolutely amazing. I remember when I first received that check, I said, what? This can't be for me. This cannot be for me. This is all, you know, for me. But yeah, the paycheck, the pay difference, just looking at them, they're drastically different. Like more than half is what you'll be receiving if you decide to become an LPN, which is great, which is amazing, which is the goal, right? So yeah, that was in comparison to how much you might be making as, you know, an LPN if you're working in New York. That's how much you might be making. Now, I went and looked at one of the checks where I was working heavy. Before I started RN school, I was working heavy, And I happened to find one of them heavy paychecks that I had made the second week of January. And I remember in January I was working OD hard because I knew I had to start school in February. So this is one of the good ones. Well, this is actually the highest one that I ever got. So I worked a total of 78 hours with 10 hours overtime. And for me, overtime is time and a half. So whew, as an LPN, that's a lot. So my gross pay was $3,217. What? Yeah, you heard that right. Open it up so we can hear it again. $3,217. You heard that correctly. You definitely heard that correctly. Now, after they came and went ahead and robbed me of my taxes, my net pay was $2,317. So they took away almost $1,000. It was a big, you know, the more you make, the more taxes they're going to take from you. So just be ready for that. You know what I mean? But you know what else that does mean? Your tax refund check is going to look so lovely. So I'm sitting here patiently waiting for my 2020 taxes because I know they're going to be so beautiful. Oh my God. But yes, guys, like, I vouch for going to LPN school so much. Not only did it humble me as becoming an LPN, coming from a home health aide job, it makes you a better nurse, because there are nurses that will go into work and feel like they don't have to do anything because they're the RN or the LPN, and the home health aides or the CNAs are the ones that's supposed to be doing the heavy work. But me used to doing that same heavy work, I sometimes find myself helping out my CNAs and stuff like that, because I feel like, you know, I know where I came from. So guys, if you end up coming to LPN, do not be one of those nurses that don't have any empathy or sympathy for your CNAs, because they do a lot of the heavy work. You know what I mean? So go ahead and help them out. It's only right. And I'm so grateful for starting off as a home health aide, because it makes me a better nurse, because I have that type of mindset where it's like, let me help out my coworkers, because we're a team, we're working together, so we all need to work together to make sure our patients are okay. So keep that in mind, you know, when you're working as an LPN or when you're becoming an LPN. You know, stay humble, remember where you came from, and it's gonna keep pushing you to get where you want to be. Now that's pretty much it. Now when it comes to spending that money, don't try to go all out, because the bills is still coming. You still gonna have the same bills. So don't think that you got more money to spend, because more money, more problems is a fact. When you start making more money, you start all of a sudden finding ways to spend that money on yourself and other things. No. We're trying to, you know, we still ain't there yet. So let's spend the money wisely, guys. But I can say, you know, it is lovely working as an LPN. You make great money. So let's continue being great nurses during this crazy time of COVID. Let's stay strong, because we got this, you know what I mean? And if you enjoyed this video, you know, it doesn't hurt, leave a comment, let me know how I did. And if you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to join the PNP party, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.